Artist
we're going to lose
artist
the warm
is
place,
a job.
but I like
I
the warm
insist
place.
artist is a job.
That's where I keep
wrote
all my, I keep my, well, let's not look into that too closely, shall we? But, I want to keep the warm place. How do I do that?
Get a job.
But I have a sword.
So get somebody to pay you to use the sword.
Huh?
Come in.
Hello. Is there a Klaus here? I hear he has been causing trouble for some of my boys.
When you open the door, you see a silhouette of a menacing figure along the wall. Unfortunately, the rest of the menacing figure is about 4-ish inches tall, and it's a tiny gerbil in a tiny leather coat with a tiny switchblade.
Wow, the mob's calling cards are getting weirder and weirder.
Hey. You talking to me?
Apparently.
Alright then. We need to know what happened to Vinny. We found parts of his head on someone's, doormat here.
One must ask themselves in the passage of time, what is a Vinny? Where would we find him? What is the sound of one Vinny screaming? Something like this. Ah! Stop stabbing me! Ah!
Alright. Well, what was your intent with that? Were you attempting to intimidate the gerbil right back?
Yeah.
Or were you attempting to confuse him?
I was attempting to stir the gerbil back.
You're going to make an opposed roll,
Alright.
in which he is trying to intimidate you. Well, he's actually trying to intimidate all three of you. And you're trying to intimidate him. He rolled a 15. And unfortunately, gerbils are adorable. So his ability to deal is lessened from their standard 5. He looks up at you, realizes that he's dealing with an actual cat as opposed to a human that is just sort of wrecking people up. And so he decides to change his tactics. Instead, he is employing his adorableness at you, Susan.
Please don't let the bad kitty hurt me.
Oh. Klaus, go.
Now, gerbils have a special power of adorableness. It renders them incapable of being attacked by certain people, and more importantly, can influence them in certain ways.
Bad kitty. Bad. Stop it. Stop. Nope.
Me.
So adorable, I want to throw up.
So anyway, if Klaus would be willing to just run a few errands that Vinny was supposed to run, since Vinny's not here anymore, we'd really appreciate it.
Oh.
Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself on there with a dumpster, cat.
Alright, and that's how social conflict works. Klaus has to go engage in some physical conflict due to his obligation towards the gerbils. Now, would either of you like to assist Klaus with this thing? Or is one of you just going to sort of stay home?
You're going to nag me until I do something about this, aren't you? Alright, fine.
All right,
Can't leave the little furball all by himself.
Alright, well, in that case, you, if you want to contend to your job, and those two can go out hunting, and so that means you are now, since you're not in the scene, encouraged to help play an NPC in the scene that happens. Just so you know, if you end up wanting to be in that scene and just hand over the NPC to me, you can if you expend a star power off your character's sheet. Everybody understands what's going on? Or if your NPC gets taken out, if you want, So nobody ever has to have those moments in games of not being able to play anything. These guys are going to go down to Ninja Sushi. Ninja Sushi is a misleading name. They once were part of the Ninja Mafia, but they left to instead make sushi. However, since they're no longer part of the Ninja Mafia, they no longer get the protection of the Ninja Mafia. So, the gerbils are trying to move in. On the plus side, these are people without many connections, if they end up being hurt. On the minus side, there might be some surprisingly tough people somewhere in this restaurant. It's your job to try to get protection money out of them. You go in, they got that little conveyor belt that moves little bits of fish.
Must
around people.
not be distracted by moving. What?
Welcome to Ninja Sushi. Table for two?
No, actually. I'd like to speak with your manager. I ordered something earlier today, and the fish that you gave me was raw. I'm attempting to use a manipulation check to get her to go get the manager, so I'm going to roll for my manipulation. Ooh, I got an 8, and manipulation bonus is a
1.
When added to my deal is a
14.
So that's probably not going to succeed. Might have been the raw fish comment.
Well, it's not going to succeed in that she is not convinced that you need to see the manager because, it's a serious problem. She is instead convinced that she doesn't want to deal with you.
They don't pay me
because
enough
you're the
for
sort
this.
of person that complains about getting raw fish at a sushi place. So you're in something of a bit of luck that the manager is called anyway, but not in that whole, obsequious, helpful sort of way, but more in the you're kind of an exasperating jerkweasel sort of way. Come forward he does from his little back room where he was doing who knows what. And, hello, yes, may I help you?
Yes, you can.
Talking cat.
I have been sent to collect some money what you are said to owe.
I see.
For Vinny.
We don't have.
Better do what he says, man. He's crazy.
Well,
Can you perhaps come back another time?
but then I wouldn't get to use my sword. I like using my sword.
Told you, man. He's crazy. He will not stop using that thing on the couch.
Purr, 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 purr.
I pick up a tray.
All right. Well, your waitress character picks up her, sort of serving tray.
Only got to notice
Well,
the three. I'm unlikely to notice this.
Cat looks smaller. Gotta try to bash him.
All right.
Come
So, with a resounding quong, we're going to be using the stealth mechanic because if you end up unnoticed, you'll get your free hit in. Mr. Vampire, you've got a pretty decent notice. You've got some pretty decent hide.
Yep.
Oh, what do we call it?
Hide.
You got some pretty decent hide, so let's see you roll your hide. All right. And your notice. And your notice.
Ooh. Not good. Ooh, yeah.
All right, well, our vampire friend notices and gets out of the way. Less so the cat, so
Ooh! Me. Ow!
he's not going to be in for this round. What are you doing? A apparently very competent woman just sort of flung your friend over the head with a serving tray.
Well, clearly there's only one thing that I can do, and it's not turn on the charm. We are way past that. I'm going to spend a star power to use my power, the proportional strength of a much larger vampire, to double my buff score for the remainder of the scene.
You spend your time going very slightly Super Saiyan. Now we're back to the top of the turn. The top of the turn goes to the quickest person. That, in this case, is the
Hi.
cat.
Hi.
However, the cat is currently stunned, so it's going to the next quickest person, which is our ninja waitress. What are we doing?
Turn to face this other jerk. I'm gonna try to hit him.
I'm sorry, you have a
6
plus,
6.
and the serving tray is sadly not an actual combat weapon, so it gives you no bonus to hit. That's a wing and a miss. The next person is Vince.
Are there any tables or anything that I can flip over?
There are tables you can flip.
Like try and flip over a table and get Klaus and myself behind with a barrier between us and this crazy tray-wielding woman?
Okay. You're doing that. And then our slowest person in the room, that is going to be the manager. What he's going to do is scream for help. And the two larger fellas that are behind the sushi bar with their knives are coming out to flank your table. All right, we're now at the top of the next round. The quickest person here is, of course, the cat. What you doing?
Ah, at last they have sent true warriors to test their mettle against me. Ha ha!
Okay. Whoa! All right, we now have a critical success. What that does is it turns the combat from something, simple to something a little more cinematic. You can choose any one person that's in this combat that you'd rather not be in this combat and just sort of render them ineffective. Who would you like this to be? The manager? The waitress? One of the two chefs? Or one of you guys can just sort of make his escape?
Well, the owner will get mad if the vampire's not here, so he's out. Dangerous tray lady aside, those guys got knives, and if the manager's here, he can't give me money. So I want one of the guys with knives to be out of the scene.
We are now removing one of the chefs from the board. Now we go to the next quickest, which is tray-wielding waitress.
Instead of trying to hit the cat again, I'm gonna shoo him with my tray. Shoot! Get out of here.
We're going to try to scoop the tray up and fling him one.
Yes.
Give it a go. Oh, sadly, that is a critical botch. You have unfortunately ended up A, trayless, B, arse over tea kettle, and C, pinned by the cat. You are not particularly capable of performing actions in this scene for the next little bit. Now we're moving on to the next quickest, which is one of the chefs. The chef is going to attempt to make feline sashimi out of you. Ooh. There's a hit.
Oh,
Alright. You got a...
19.
And the knife actually is a weighted weapon for causing some serious damage, so he gets a plus.
3.
Now you're actually hurt,
ow.
and that's not good for you. When you're hurt, so you're going to have to roll twice and take the lowest. Next it is Vincent.
I am going to attempt to bodily grab the manager and take him out of the store with me.
Alright, you're attempting to kidnap the manager. Got it.
With my heightened buff, hopefully this will work out well.
Well, you've got him. Now on his action, he's going to attempt to spend a star power to go be someplace that isn't here. There is a problem, however. He has to escape his bonds first. Well, I have some good news and bad news.
Okay.
The good news is he is successfully leaving the scene with his star power. That's good news for him. The bad news for him is he's not doing so in such a way as you can't just sort of simply follow him and chase him down. Because he's... Basically, you grabbed him, he shucked his apron and ducked down, and he's heading hellbent for leather through the streets. So now here's the part where you may wish to spend that star power, Emma, for your character to show up with your pursuit cap.
I like it. Let's do it.
We're going to get to the chase mechanics next time. Right now we have an old man on a motorcycle versus a vampire, a cat, and a cyborg in a taxicab being chased through the streets of Little Tokyo in Portland. And tune in next time for the results of that chase.
Dun, dun, dun!